Hi guys, it's Craig here from Gifters Electrical. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, and you'll get, if you click on the little bell, you'll get notifications every time I upload a new video. I hope everyone's staying safe in the current climate we find ourselves in. I know I am. Work's kind of a little bit slow, so got a few videos coming up that I hope you enjoy. Today's video is basically about tools and tool bags. There's loads of people doing reviews and things like that, which is great. So these are, I'll go through my tools and what I take in to every job. You'll notice I've got two tool bags. One is my everyday go into the house, and the other one is literally my comms bag. So there's not as much in here. I don't need it for everything. It's literally just a very handful of select bits. Normally this will be in with me anyway, because this is I always take this into my house regardless of how big or small the job is. I'm not a fan of carrying tools in pouches and stuff, and no disrespect to anybody who carries their tools in little pouches that are attached to their trousers. It's just not for me. I've seen accidents happen where a screwdriver's gone through the leg because they've tripped, and no fault of their own, you know, it's just bad stuff. So I don't do that. So I take anything I need in this bag into the house, and then this will follow if it's data related. So we'll start off with the Veto ProPac. So this is the OT XL. For a long time I had bags that were ranging from £10 through to £30 and so on and so forth. So I thought, you know, when I go home for myself, I'll buy a decent bag. And you know, a manufacturer has confidence in their equipment when they offer you a 5-year no quibble warranty on it. So I bought this from Epic Air, so shout out to those guys, almost a year ago, so it's not quite a year old yet. And it you know, it doesn't get abused, but it gets a lot of heavy use. And Veto offer a 5-year no quibble warranty, and basically I've not had to use it, but according to their own terms and conditions on it, if there's something faulty with the bag, you report it, they send you out a replacement, and then you post back the old one. So no downtime lost because you haven't got a working tool bag. So, you know, if this handle broke, at least I've still got this one, but I could report it, they would send out a new bag, and then I would get a new bag, swap it all over. The second bag is just a Stanley Fat Max bag. I thought about getting another Veto, but for the amount of use this bag actually gets, I didn't feel it was justified. So what I'll do, let's get rid of that for the time being, and we'll focus on this one. So as you can probably tell, I am in my home, so we've got kids stuff up, and obviously you can see my freezer. So oh, this is the one that, there we go. Caught it just in time. Shout out to Alex from The Vinyl Guys. Did a brilliant job on the banner. So yeah, tool bags. So this is my, like I said, the Veto ProPac OT XL, and literally it's my go-to bag. So it has everything in here. Everything has its own particular place. So I know what it's like when you have apprentices. You know, they might grab if they don't have their own tools yet, and you ask them to grab something, ask them to put it away, it never goes back. So nobody ever touches my bag except me. Just how it is. And everything has a place, so it looks relatively organized. So in this particular compartment here, you've got 4 flathead Bahco screwdrivers, Bahco, however you want to pronounce it, B-A-H-C-O. Now these screwdrivers came as a set of 7. As you probably know from my Instagram, if you follow me on there, I was looking for some replacement screwdrivers, and these are absolutely brilliant. These were $26.95 plus the VAT, so not a bad price for 7 screwdrivers. Nice fit. These are the Bahco fit, so they fit nicely in your hand anyway. So you get 7 flats and then 3 Phillips, ranging from, well, Posies, not Phillips. So you got a 2 down to 1, and then you actually get a 0 as well. In this front compartment, along the front here, you've got obviously zip. Now, I have one of these magnetic wrist. Used it quite a few times. It's quite handy when you know, if you're up a ladder and you've got to, you know, put some bolts and stuff. So just strap that on, put the bolts on there, and away we go. Nothing else on the front there, but you have got a couple of hook and loop things. A couple of other bits and pieces that I keep, so I'll get to everything individually. So a couple of tools that are in the bottom of the bag, which they fit in nicely, but I'll get them out and you can just, so you can obviously see. So spreaders, always useful. Keep those. I keep mine in my bag because you never know. So I've got a wide and obviously a slightly narrow one, so they sit in the bag. CK hammer. So at some point I'll probably change that for the Wiha Electricians hammer. Just because it's obviously, if you go to Jordan's, I think he did it on his Tools for Sparks page, and it was also featured in Arsenal Electric page channel. So he did a great review on those, so I'll probably end up getting one of those to replace that. What else we got? Large, long, generic, flat head screwdriver. Not really for unscrewing things, that's really for additional leverage if needed. I do have a mini crowbar. That was like £7 off Amazon. Again, I will put links in the description for tools. A CK junior hacksaw. Don't use it very often. Obviously, do use it for the armour, and it, if I can find it, goes well with, or used, not used in conjunction with, but we've got that. That is my Armoured Slice. To be fair, I don't like it. It's not very good. It's done a few cuts for me, but what I find is even if it's not super tight, it actually ends up causing the outer sheathing to bubble round, so you never get a clean cut. So I'm probably going to replace that for, again, CK Armoured Slice. Now, I don't know if any other electrician has one of these, but these are, if you ever drop a screw, and guaranteed something's going to fall down a nook and cranny and you're going to need it. So I literally, the wife got me this, and you literally push the plunger and you get a little gripper. So I don't know how well you can see that, but yeah, so I keep that in the tool bag. Don't use it so much now, but it does get used occasionally. What else have we got in there? So little extendable mirror. So it's kind of seen better days, but it does still work. So that's great for looking underneath in your consume units, looking at your bus bars, making sure that the bus bar is in the breaker and the RCDs. Extendable magnet, again, very handy. The Kewtech Loop Check 107. So this is the better of the audible plugs that they do. The reason being is obviously it gives you your line, neutral, and earth. Obviously indicates whether it's okay or not. Obviously does polarity. It'll do an RCD check as well. If you press and hold that button, it will trip the RCD just to make sure it works from a socket, and then obviously it will tell you your loop test. So obviously good, amber is check, and then obviously urgent check is red. Now if you have a check or an urgent check, that doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't an earth. It just means that the reading might, it's basically giving it a reading, so it might think that reading, it's got a high resistance. So it could be that it's a TT system or something like that. So a check doesn't necessarily mean that it is a bad earth or no earth, but the urgent check is one that you definitely want to take notes on as well. What else we got? So obviously we've got the crowbar, just a Stanley knife. Also sit in the bag is the Wera screwdriver. Extendable screwdriver. So I won this off of Neil from NDT Electrics, so shout out to him, along with a few other bits and pieces. So I got some impact bits which are in the van, obviously the Wera pocket screwdriver, and the bottle opener. So thanks Neil for that, that was brilliant. Also got these. Now these are the Knipex Basically it's a multi-tool, I want to say. It's obviously, it basically is your needle nose pliers. It's a gripper, crimper, up to 1.5, up to 2.5 stripper, and it will cut. And it will cut 25 mil tails, no problem whatsoever. So those are absolutely brilliant. So they effectively replace those, those, and those. So these are, again, just, I mean, it's effectively now that's 4 tools got away with. So yeah, I don't know why I still keep these in the tool bag, but hey, they are. So again, everything has its own place. There we go, let's put those back. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. Ordinarily, if I had to pay for them, ironically, I wouldn't have paid 50 quid for them. Just because, you know, you look and you think, oh, 50 quid, don't see the value in that. But actually, that is one tool that does, you know, 4 jobs. So I'll put a link, again, everything will have a where I can, put a link in the description. I would definitely go out and buy one now. Now I know how good it is. Yeah, definitely get one. We then have some, again, Wera. We've got the, obviously, Allen keys. Now these are the security ones as well, because they have the little hole in the middle. Not Allen keys, they are obviously star keys, effectively. Torx keys, and they go from Torx 8 up to, I think it's 40. Yeah, up to 40. And they got the ball joints as well. So I think they were like £22. Bargain. Just some bog standards. So obviously we've got an adjustable wrench which goes up to, I think it's 30 mil. But it's looking, it might even, yeah, 30 mil. But it's looking a bit worse for wear now. So along with some, obviously, plumber's wrenches. Those are basically to make off my armours. Put the glands on and stuff. Hit me up in the comments if you have any recommendations for replacements. I was looking at the Knipex, probably the mini Cobras, at least one. So yeah, give me some, you know, links to some useful tools, guys, if you've got them. I'll tell you what I have bought today, which won't turn up for a couple of days, is the CK, what is it? Oh, it's the one on the angle that you can then use inside boxes. So if you can't get your spanners in, it literally grabs it and you can turn it. I mean, that was, yeah, I think it was 18 quid. But I'll put a link in my description for that, and I'll put a text on the bottom, so maybe an in-screen picture of it to show what I mean, because I can't remember what it is. But it's like a box spanner. Yeah, put it in there. What else we got? Perceiver ratchet tool for, what are they called? Ferrules, bootlace ferrules. I got that from a kit on Amazon, 20 quid including that, and they look very similar to the Knipex. I know Jordan again did on Tools for Spark did a review of these, or very similar ones to these, if it wasn't, and the Knipex ones. And for me, again, couldn't justify 120 quid for the Knipex ones when these are perfect. But I think they only do up to 10 mil, yeah. Whereas obviously the Knipex ones do up to 16. This is a brilliant tool. This is the Knipex ErgoStripper, and you can obviously, with the centre there, you can clamp down, twist off, pull the outer sheathing off. Now if the outer sheathing won't come off, you've got the middle bit here, which has a little blade, and you literally just slide that on, score it, and then you can start peeling the cable. And then you've got 0.2, 0.3, 0.8, 1.5, 2.5 and 4 mil strippers on the side, and then you've got a smaller sheath stripper on that side. So that was, again, not massively expensive. Level, Stanley Fat Max level, not, I should really get a Stabila mini level, that'll probably be the next purchase. In the top of the pocket here, literally it's just big enough to keep in the junior hacksaw blades, so blades come with me if I need them. And then on the side we have got Marksman. Brilliant. If you've not seen these, where have you been? Brilliant thing, just push it, line up your boxes and whatnot, push it in, puts a little spray of chalk on, and you know where to drill. Tape measure, not much to say, obviously it's custom branded with my own logo. And then we got, they look like obviously pens for detecting electrical current, but they are not. One is, and that also does 24 volts, and it has a little light in there. This, however, is just a CK pen torch. Now, before I got my Unilites, this was one of the torches I used, and it's actually a brilliant bit of kit. It's a really nice bright torch. I can't remember what the lumens are on it, but yeah, it's pretty bright, multiple brightnesses, flashing, and then you've got a little torch there, and it's also magnetic. So yeah, I do keep that still. If we look at the other side, again, we've got another volt stick. This is the Kewtech Uno. It came with my proving kit, basically. It's their cheaper one. It's not very, it'll light up. It doesn't do anything else, whereas this one will do noise. And then we've got obviously tape, and I don't have anything in there, but you could put multiple pens or something else in there. On the flip side, so on the other side, again, I've got a second tape container, but you can use that for whatever you want, really. Just loops on and hooks. In the pocket, I keep meter box key, again custom branded. I don't know why that's in there, but a up to 20mm cone, and then my Unilite. So my Unilite just stays on there. I do have, so this is the 1000, yeah, SLR-1000. I also have the HL7R head torch, and I've also got the 4250, the big hexagon one. Once you go Unilite, you never go back, and you end up having to have more and more and more and more. I blame you, Alex, at Unilite. You got a cracking product, mate, cracking product. So yeah, got that. Now, in the other side, so this side, we have a range of two. So we've got the Wiha Speedy. So that comes with it comes with 6 bits. It comes with flats, posies, or Phillips, and then it comes with the plus and minus heads. So the SLPZ heads for consumer units. Brilliant. 2 batteries. Now, Gaz at GSH, I know you don't like it. It's all right. I don't mind it. I get that it's not everybody's cup of tea, but actually, yeah, I like it. It's a gadget at the end of the day. You've got various pockets at the front on the Veto ProPac as well. So in this one, I just keep a couple of spare blades, and what's not in my tool bag but will sit in the van are multi-tool blades. So I got these from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description for those as well, and it was like 20 blades for like 18 quid including delivery or something like that. So definitely worth looking into. We've got a Kewtech KT200. It's okay for a clamp meter. It does what it says it's in, but it is very basic. It'll do AC, so it'll do 600 volts, both AC and DC, and 40 and 400 volts. Sorry, 40 and 400 amps, as well as resistance. It is basic. I am looking to upgrade that to something that will give me peak hold, so I can leave it on a customer's tails and see what they're actually averaging over a daily period, so that when it comes to, if they're, say for instance, they're on a 100 amp supply, but they've got a 10-way board that is full, you can see what you're actually pulling. If we need to do any, we can potentially drop down and stuff like that. So I'm looking to get a new meter. So again, if you've got a recommendation, please put it in the comments. I'm also looking to get an earth current meter for those pesky, earth leakage faults. We then have in here my Kewtech Proving Kit. So this actually came as a complete kit. It was about 130 quid from Screwfix when I bought it. And it comes with the proving unit, which comes with, and that's the Q-Prove 3. It also comes with the Kewtech voltage indicator, voltage checker, and that's a KT1780. Lovely bit of kit, really nice. What else did it come with? So it came with that pen when I bought it, and also in the back it came with an MCB padlock effectively, and strip, tag, so you can obviously mark up. Now I haven't marked up, I've just literally stuck some labels on, put my number on and the date. At the end of the day, I don't leave that on, I do the work. It's on the day that I'm there, so it's not as if it's left on locking off a circuit. Anyway, we then have the Ferret Wi-Fi tool. Another brilliant bit of kit, must have bit of kit. 150 quid, tends to be about the price wherever you go. So I know CEF are my local supplier. I know they get slated a lot, but they're doing this for I think £125 plus the VAT, so it's 150 quid, and it seems to be 150 to 160 in most places. And what you get in there, you actually get the camera, charging lead, you also get a gooseneck, a fixed rod, and these will fix onto your existing super rods, and they have gotten me out of many a tricky situation, so well worth having. We then got, do I need to keep these in here? Probably not, but they're easier than trying to find in the van. Some blades ranging from 13mm to 25mm. So if you do have to put any holes in noggins and stuff, good kit. Yeah. Also got a metal detector. You've seen one, you've seen them all. And then this was another good kit. This was when I was looking to get a set of torque screwdrivers. Draper. I went to TLC and got these from Draper because they were like 60 quid, including the VAT or something like that. And it's a good kit actually. The torque goes up to 5 Newton meters, and you get your standard flats and posies, but you don't get the although they are torque screwdrivers, you don't necessarily get the consumer unit ones, you know, the plus minus kits. But it does its job, and it does its job well. We then have PVC pipe cutter. So this is again CK. You may have seen me talk about this recently, and you've got both the obviously does curved pipe, so obviously your conduit basically, and then also with this attachment you can do your box trunking, but it is limited on the box trunking to the 16 by 16 or 16 by 25mm, so limited on the flat. It will cut larger, but you do end up getting, it can be a bit messy. So officially it's 16 by 16 and 16 by 25. And the set's falling down, brilliant. I'm not going to bother picking that back up. Stage hands, you can't get them. These are just a very basic, cheapy crimping tool for the tags on the incoming fuse. Obviously where I am in Oxfordshire, the SSEN are our DNO, and they are happy for us to remove the tags, providing obviously we can prove to them that we are competent, etc. They will even reissue tags for us to crimp on as a temporary measure. So these were just a basic crimp, but obviously now that I've got the Knipex, I could just get rid of those. So bye bye. What else we got? We've got ratchet crimpers for your usual red, blue and yellow crimp connections, and then not very happy with these are cheap nasty ones. I'll probably go for the CK ones because these they don't bite down very well, but they are cable strippers, twin and earth cable strippers. And that's kind of it for the Veto. It's a fantastic bag. 210 quid, 215 quid, something like that. But yeah, you get that massive long warranty on it. So there's that. So let me pack this away and I'll get the other one now and just show you what I keep in that one. Brilliant. Right. Put that on there. So the Stanley. So it's a good bag, okay, and like I said, I don't keep a lot of stuff in here. So we got, again, I keep some impact bits in there, I don't know why. Got a very cheapy tester, cable tester. It's alright. If Patch to go want to send me one of theirs, by all means. Or ideal. I know the next tool for the data side of things is either going to be well, it's probably going to be one of those proper patch testing kits, because it's a bit, yeah, it's very basic. Whereas I want something that can do, you know, although I can read, I want it to tell me passcode, you know, what's if but I've been making cables off long enough that I typically do it with my eyes shut, not literally, but yeah. So in this you've got the pull out stuff, which is brilliant. So I keep a couple of chisels. There's another adjustable spanner, some croning tools for sockets and stuff. We've got the Klein. Yeah, if you've seen my review on this, this is the 226 105, I think it is, or 205, something like that. You can get those from CEF as well. If it's not showing on the website, just speak to your local stockist, local branch, and they can order it. Right. Not sure why it stopped recording, but yeah, so this is the, if I hadn't already covered it, this is the Klein pass-through crimper that I was talking about, and it's a brilliant bit of kit. If you want one, you can get them from CEF directly. If it's not showing on their website, go into branch and they can order it in directly from Klein. This is the VDV 226-005. It's a fantastic little crimper, nice and compact. I know they do a bigger one that also does RJ11, but this is obviously solely for RJ45. Again, Knipex cutting tool. So this will do RG6 and RG59 size cables, RG7 and RG11. And you just literally, to do the 7 or 11, you just push that out, turn it around, put it back in, nice and simple. You've got a sheathing stripper there for small other cables, and you can adjust the blade just by twizzling the little black knob. Cutter in the middle, and then again another cutter in there. Nice little tool. That I think it was like 12 or 13 quid. Again, I'll put as many links as I can in my description. Jelly crimp pliers for your telephone side of things, if you need to extend cables and don't have like a we used to call them coffins, so I think a BT77A, it's like a little box with lots of connections in. So if you don't have one of those, you need jelly crimps, which are literally little just circular heads with gel filled them, and you literally crimp down them and it bites the cables. Knipex flush cutters, brilliant bit of kit. Again, link in the description. So this will come in with me, like I said, this will really come in with me when I'm doing CCTV, wired alarms. Not that I do many wired alarms anymore, they do tend to be the Texcom Elite wireless alarms, so don't tend to do many of those. And then a box of heat shrink on the side. And I do have as well, because I live in an area that does a lot of, it is a Virgin enabled area. If you do, top tip guys, if you live in an area where you're asking to do work in a client's house, rewire everything, they want, you know, they want their cables hidden for Virgin Media, right? Which you get a lot of in Oxford. if you're going to do it, speak to the local, find out who the local manager is. Stop a tech. If you see a tech, stop and ask a tech. Okay, top tip, stop and ask a tech. Get him to put you on the phone to the manager and just explain what you're doing. Say you're doing a rewire, the client wants everything hidden in the walls, etc., etc. Build that relationship up with your local Virgin Media manager, because you can then get the correct cable they use. It's no good using normal aerial cable. CT100 is okay, but it's not the correct cable. Virgin use a triple shielded cable. They use that for a reason. Get the cable from them. Get yourself a decent F connector compression tool, and ask them for some crimps as well, and they'll let you know if it's going to save them, or liaise with them as the work's going on and you're close to finishing. You've put the cable in, liaise with the manager. It's the best thing you can do. Do not try and put in standard cable for a client for Virgin Media, because you will go back and it will be at your expense, because if you haven't used the right cable, you could cause loads of problems. So top tip there, guys. Okay. So yeah, that's my data kit. Not really much in there. But yeah, that's kind of my main tools that I take into house. Certainly the Veto ProPac, not ProPac, the OT XL. Brilliant bit of kit, well worth the money I spent on it. Anybody who's anybody, you will have seen probably on Instagram a lot of not just Sparks but plumbers and stuff. They all use the Veto kits, so it's well worth spending the money on them to get decent. It's like anything, you spend good money, you'll get good kit that lasts a long time. But that's it for me today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Like I said, I'll put some links in the description for all the tools, or most of the tools that you can get through my Amazon channel. I'll put links to the other products where I can find them. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Obviously more content will come, hopefully, as things progress with the current climate we're in. Comment, and I'll catch you guys again soon. Have a good day.